So I have some papers prepared. I think I'm gonna relax now for like 5 minutes. And
5 whole minutes.
there's no time, right? TI is awesome schedule. And, it's okay. And yeah, just prepare for OG. I mean, they're obviously like the team to beat since the start of the tournament. Everybody saw OG is amazing. I think every time everybody does the same mistake of underrating No Tail. It's so silly. That guy is top 3 player of the world of all time. Will always be as long as he plays the game, and he can do anything. Like he can pick up anyone and just make a masterclass team very quickly and perform at TI. So he's my opponent, and I couldn't wish for a better opponent. And yeah.
I love hearing that. I know that we have a lot of fans in the stadium that, we're rooting for a lot of different teams, but LGD was definitely a favorite. What do you want to say to the fans who are here in China who've been watching the best Dota in the world, but some of whom are a little disappointed that they won't see LGD?
I want to thank the fans. They have been very receiving of us, at least. So thank you very much. I know they wished for LGD to go for the finals, but there's competition. And I mean, the Chinese fans should be very proud. I think like top 3 is very good either way. And LGD also proved a lot of teams and people wrong just by showing up at this TI. And I think they had a very good year overall. They took, I think, 2 majors. And yeah, let's enjoy the finals.
You excited?
Yeah, a little bit. Just kidding. Let's go.
I love it. It's so great to chat with you after all these years and to just follow the story of everybody here. And I know we're in for a good grand final. So thank you for that. And congratulations for coming this far.
Thank you very much, Casey.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Casey, and thanks, Kuro, as well. That's about as excited as he gets these days. I did see him jump up in the booth yesterday after they won, which I was like, wow, he just jumped up. That's the first time I've ever seen him move after a match. He's a calm guy.
Yes.
Cool as a cucumber, I think we were saying the other day.
Once it comes outside of the booth, Kuro is everything when it comes to being calm and soft-spoken. Let's go. It's charming. It really is.
It is
it's
very
charming.
endearing.
And I'm very happy that Kuro is going to be seeing another grand finals. And, I think that's really cool. We were talking about the story between Kuro and No Tail and that little bit of brotherhood that they have. And I thought it was very sweet that he said, if it's not me, then I want it to be No Tail.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in many ways this is the Legends final, isn't it? Because we finally get to see a 2-time winner. And I think only Puppy in my mind could have perhaps been there other than one of the other. But you could pick any of the 3, right? And it would have been a Legends final either way.
And it's these 2 have won the 2 most recent TI finals. As historic of a team as Secret's been, Puppy's TI goes way, way back. So the fact that OG and Liquid have won it so recently and have stayed in such good form, here competing with almost the identical rosters minus Matu is just phenomenal. We're making history.
It is. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, as we always say in these matches at this time of the year, in terms of the international, there is always a winner and there is always a team who have dropped out. Sadly, this time round, it's PSG LGD finishing in 3rd. Rich is with them right now.
Yeah, Paul, I think when we actually look at how that series went, there was a clear moment where all of a sudden it started to become difficult for you guys. There was some hesitation at the end of game 2. What changed?
I mean, we were just overconfident in our lineup, and at that stage, we think that we are invincible at the time. So we just took a risk and just go high ground like that, and leads us to a team wipe and stuff.
Right now, I've done all of these interviews when teams lose, and never has there been a crowd like this. You go into that arena, 18,000 people watching, countless watching online. When you get into the position where you are falling behind, is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, definitely. When all the Chinese fans are actually having a very high expectation on us. And
when that pressure started to be something that you were aware of up on the main stage, do you feel like that affected your play at all?
I guess so. Yeah.
To all those fans who watch, the fans that are standing around us right now, is there anything that you want to say?
Sorry that we lost, and hope to come back stronger next year.
Well, congratulations on everything you did in this year, and to get to TI and to go as far as you did. Thank you for the interview. We're going to go back to the desk.
Yes, thanks very much, Rich. Yeah, Alex Nova and PSG LGD should be proud, obviously, of finishing third at TI. It's never to be sniffed at. It's a significant achievement when you build the whole year, but it's disappointment for them because of the way it's happened. It's here in China and the fact that they were so close.
Yeah, and I think, every team at this point, right, thinks or even knows they should win. And when you can't do it, especially in front of a home crowd like this, it really hurts. It hurts even more than, say, doing it in like Yaddle or something.
And hearing like first person, like acknowledging the mistakes that happened and acknowledging the fact that they got overconfident, especially since that was the same story from last year as well, and being able to get so close that it's really got a sting.
How many times has that happened in a game of Dota, though, for everyone, not just the top pros, but we've all experienced that moment where it feels this is the right time to go in. We should win the game here. And it works the other way around, you get stomped. How many times does that happen? There's a lot, right? And
it's a common tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's these teams who are behind, and they know when you're playing from behind, you see that one opening to get you back in the game, and that's where Liquid were defending their high ground. They knew the exact plays to make to punish LGD, who just, they got caught out.
A little bit, tiny bit more experience in those situations, do you think? A little bit of calmness in the Liquid booth?
Calmness, certainly. And I think PSGLG, the history of how things went down last year, obviously probably somewhat on the back of their minds, even if they're trying to tune it out. And for Liquid, they've made this low bracket run. They're playing more carefree, and it showed.
Yeah, first team to ever make the grand finals at the International, having started in the very first round, Grant. What an achievement that is already.
Yeah, it is. He talked about he's like, the hardest match for us was that BO1. You get past it, and then you go through these EGs, these secrets, these PSG, LGDs, like top 5 teams in the world, and you just breeze on through. This one, well, you didn't breeze through this one. Obviously, very tough. But that last game, it felt like they were back on track to what they were doing earlier in the main stage.
Yeah, phenomenal. Some final words on PSG LGD, because obviously they've gone out in third. It's a disappointment, but as I said earlier, it's a good result overall, considering the season they've had as well. It's not been the best season for them, and they've come back strong again. They can do it again.
Only one team can win TI, and for PSG LGD, it wasn't their year. Who knows if it is next year, but the team they put together is one of the best in the world, and that hasn't changed because they lost today.
Yeah, we talked about Chinese teams winning on Chinese soil. It's always a lot of pressure. I think IG at DAC were the last, big ones that we saw of those kind of majors. Why is it so difficult for them to win on home soil?
I think because of how much passion there is for the game here and how dedicated the fans are. There is that just added bit of pressure to the home teams to be able to perform, and LGD, it just mounts up more and more as Chinese team after Chinese team ends up falling out of the tournament. They end up becoming the last ones, and at some point in time, it can overwhelm you. And I think there was definitely that moment that they thought to themselves, this is our time. We're going to do it. We're going to do it for ourselves. We're going to do it for all of our fans that are cheering for us right now. We're going to turn around and end this game right now. And instead, it goes the full distance in a full series, and they end up falling. So it's rough. It's rough for LGD.
Rough in particular for FY as well, Grant.
Yeah.
A second, a third, a fourth.
Time after time, it just keeps happening. And, it's just hard because, he played a phenomenal game one. Him and Chalice, just maybe one of the best games from 2 players on the same team. And then you go into that game 2, you look a little bit off. Then you go into game 3, and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, maybe I'm not FY God anymore, and it gets into your head even, and it does. It just feels real bad for him.
Okay. Well, if you're just joining us and you're thinking, what's all this fuss about? What's going on here? Welcome to the International 2019. It's Championship Sunday, and we now know our grand finalists. Let's check back in with a recap of series number 1 of the day.
However, they see him, and he corners the backline. The gyrocopter dying quickly, but the further disruption. Are you kidding me? FY is just creating so much space to allow Thompson to rip into Team Liquid. 2 of the big pawns down the stolen corner. Why not? FY. That's the game. Everyone's got
good position here. They're going to try to go for mind control.
Maybe they can get this with the 3 heroes wind up. Let it no! The curse! GH was there. He'll stop the ball. The BTM then mind control. Hit the Ravage, and everyone has arrived. Team Liquid. Woo! But they're just fighting back now. LGD. They're throwing corpses at Team Liquid, trying to repel them out of their base and keep the TI9 hopes alive. As the Raktas, they will all go down. The Megas will come up from Liquid. And LGD without Chrono, without Darkseer, SF without a soul. They have to try and push back Team Liquid with the mass open wars down. The jump comes in. We's getting huge melt damage. Saunders, he's going to fall. That should be the game right there. GG! Team Liquid win against LGD. They have dropped one game in this entire lower bracket. It was in this series, but they fight back.
Yeah, fantastic. Those are the memories we take away from some of the most magical games that we get all year round.